What's up, everybody? This is Anthony.
Dom.
You're not allowed to talk. Anyways, Dom is a mannequin again, and what we're going to do is we're going to do another Pleb to Pro on how to make sure your stuff doesn't look stupid. So here's another thing. Chest rigs. As you can see, this is a typical airsofter way to wear a chest rig. It's like down by his like nethers, and it's not on straight, and it will be completely uncomfortable and awful. So, once again, in our constant attempt to always up tier and become more relevant in the things that we try to do, we need to make sure that we look fleek so that we don't scare away all the and we make all the monies, right? Whitest way to say that possible. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through just a basic tutorial on how to make sure that chest rigs fit you and how they should stay on your body. We're going to do an H harness, which we have right here is a Haley D3 CR Heavy. And then we also have an Eagle Industries chest rig that has an X harness, and we're going to show you how to make them fit so that you guys understand where they go. Much like the plate carrier video, this is a buddy team exercise. Do not try to do this yourself in your bathroom mirror. Maybe get your mom to help you if you're lonely, if you don't have any friends, but basically don't try to do this by yourself or you're going to end up looking like Dom. Dom's straps are all stupid and he's all messed up and like he can't even, this is a typical like airsofter like way to do this. So we're going to make him not look dumb, right? Because he wants to get laid, so we're going to fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand where chest rigs need to sit. It's called a chest rig, right? Not a gut rig, not a belt rig. It's a chest rig. It sits on your chest. The only way for these chest rig harnesses and straps to properly distribute the load across your back is if you wear them in the right spot. You have to put them in the right spot. So, with a chest rig, you got to look for two things. One, if it has integral mag pouches and stuff like that, you want to see the height at which you grab the mags. It's comfortable for you. And two, it needs to be at the right height to support the weight. So, what I like to do is you need to find your niddles, your niddly bits right here. And then you're going to start the top edge of your chest rig somewhere around that realm. So get Dom aroused a little bit. Oh, found it. So for Dom, a chest rig should be sitting right about here. And if you remember, it wasn't. It was down here because, remember, scrub status, but we're fixing it. So right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fix all the straps because every BB warrior always messes up the straps on all of his stuff all the time. So Dom now is going to hold the chest rig right about where it is, and we're going to check him and make sure that it's level, and he's holding it straight. All right, cool, straight. Now we're going to turn around. An H harness, as I hopefully remember the nomenclature of the types of things I'm talking about, an H harness distributes the weight across your back while also having a connector piece, or called a bridge piece sometimes, depending on your manufacturer, right here in the middle, so it puts the weight that's in the front also right here in the middle of your back. So, with Dom holding the chest rig, what we're going to do is we're just going to tighten down all of these straps so that this chest rig will sit in the appropriate spot. Now, Dom, is that too tight on your torso? Nope. Now, if we turn, Dom let go of it. Oh, wow, look, it sits right where it's supposed to be. It's like magic. Now, for some people, this is a tempting thing to want to do, because if you have a chest rig on, a lot of people, what they want to do is they want to run a belt line like a battle belt or something. Dom has a taller torso. Me, I have a shorter torso. So the distance between my neck and my belt is a lot shorter in comparison to Dom's. So you're going to have to keep that in mind running plate carriers and chest rigs when you're trying to run belts as well. You might come into interference where things run into each other. But Dom's nice and tall, and he's nice and lanky and stringy looking, so like everything fits him in the right spot. Once again, also we're going to go around the back, and then we're going to do the same thing with this giant condor-sized belt strap. Now, this strap right here isn't necessarily supposed to be tight, okay? This strap right here is mainly just supposed to keep the chest rig from bouncing around on your body. So you just want to kind of have it tight enough to where it won't let the chest rig flop around in and out on you while you move, and it won't cut off circulation or anything like that. So, Dom, is this chest rig strap too tight? Nope. Now, let's turn around. And you look, boom, Dom is straight. Now, that looks pretty good to me. Do you think you can make YouTube money with that? Get girls? Well, I mean, not girls. We're airsofters. We don't get girls. What are we talking about? But there you go. So now under proper weight, if you put weight, like weighted magazines in all of these cells right here, chest rig will sit right where it's supposed to. And if you look, because there's no weight in it, the chest rig straps like to slide because there's no weight in the rig, but as soon as you put weight in the rig, they don't slide as much. So that's how it works. That's an H-harness chest rig. 101, how to get it to fit. It's in the right spot. It's even. Good?
Good.
All right, we're going to switch over to an X-harness. We're going to show you the same type of stuff. Dom is still in a perpetual state of foobar, and that's just where he lives in his whole world. So what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to make him not suck, because by now we're being embarrassed vicariously with him just being around, and we don't want people to associate his failures with us. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the right battle buddy thing, and we're going to fix him. Woo! So as we see right here, we have an X-harness style chest rig. So this is a more old school style, and a lot of cheaper chest rigs actually come in this style. The straps come across your chest, cross in the back, and then you have a hip belt. This is like one of the OG styles of chest rigs. This actually is an Eagle Industries universal chest rig. It's one of mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this not suck. Once again, we're going to put the chest rig where it sits. Get him all riled up. All right, so right about there. This one has a convenient place to tell where the center of it is because, lo and behold, it has an admin pouch built into it. So we have these tabs. And we're going to make Dom hold it where it's supposed to go. And then we're going to turn him around. All right, so one thing you'll notice very quickly is that when you have this sized correctly, if you're a super thin dude, what might end up happening is you might have the straps come too tight and start cutting into your neckline. That's not fun. And what I would suggest for guys who run chest rigs that are this kind of style, to invest in some sort of high-collared shirt so that way it doesn't cut into you. Because if it does, you're going to be uncomfortable and you're going to be sad. So Dom's real thin, so as you can see, all these straps have like 40 feet of like excess material. Pro tip, take your excess material, do not cut it off if you care about selling your stuff, because if you cut it off, no one's going to want it, because then they can't make it whatever size they want. Take this extra material, roll it up nice and tight, and then tape it to the straps. Use electrical tape, duct tape, whatever, I don't really care. But basically just tape it so you don't cut your straps and then ruin the resale value of your chest rigs and stuff. Once again, lower strap, it's not too tight. It just kind of is there to keep the chest rig from bouncing backwards and forwards. Is that too tight, Dom? Nope. Is this too tight up here?
Nope.
Is it cutting off any circulation, blood flow, breathing?
Nope.
All right, let's turn around. You can let go of it. And look, oh, wow, look at that, dude. Oh, you look like not a turd. Look at that.
First time ever.
First time ever. Congratulations, bro.
Thanks.
So, what we have right here is we have a chest rig that is now distributing the load across the center of his torso, a little bit on his shoulders, and then right here in the center of his back. Once again, the goal of the chest rig straps is to take that weight and help it balance on both sides of your body so that it doesn't sag and look stupid and make you uncomfortable. So, now, Dom is ready to go. We went over the H harness. We went over the X harness. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over some general tips and stuff about chest rigs. First of all, general tip about chest rigs and in general actual plate carriers as well. One thing you want to try to do is try to keep as much stuff away from the sides of your torso as possible. So when your arms are down, you don't want let's pretend this is a pouch. You don't want this constantly rubbing back and forth and giving you all chafies and sadness. You don't want that. So try to keep this as low profile as possible, depending on how you have to run for whatever game you're doing or whatever 3-gun shooter, whatever you're trying to do. Next step. When you're loading the chest rig, you're going to want to put all of the heaviest stuff that you're carrying towards the center, or conversely, towards the edges. But you're not going to off-balance it. You're not going to put a bunch of heavy crap on one side and then light stuff on the other, or vice versa. Because then the thing is going to do this, and it's going to tilt, and then you're going to be sad again. We don't like being sad, right? Don't want to be sad? So, you're going to try to balance it. On this chest rig right here, we have utility pouches in the front center, and then we have an admin bib right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all that stuff in first, and then we're going to start with our mags and move out. Now, if you're right-handed or left-handed, when you orient your mags, make sure you orient them to how you're comfortable drawing them. But, that's something you're going to have to practice on your own. Remember, X-style chest rigs are going to come up, and they're going to rub a little bit if you have them too tight on your neck. Try to wear a high-collared shirt. And as you can see on this one, they come up pretty high on Dom because he's thin, and I had to crank him as tight as possible. So, and another tip, just so you guys know, is that chest rigs are incredibly versatile. They're way more friendly on different body types than plate carriers and a lot easier to get fitted. So chest rigs are a lot easier to get put together with a battle buddy. They're a lot more forgiving on different types of body styles and stuff like that. This is a good place to start. Plate carriers are not as forgiving on bigger dudes or super skinny dudes, and they can be a lot more uncomfortable if they're not sized correctly. This is a lot easier to do. It's a lot more comfortable, and as you can see, it breathes. He's happy. Everything's light, and he's cool and aired out. Are you happy?
Yep.
Don't talk. Doesn't get to talk. He's the mannequin. So, anyways, this has been another Pleb to Pro on how to make sure your stuff fits correctly. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below in the doobly-doo. Dom might now be able to get girls. Maybe. We'll see.
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, you do have a Beamer, so it's like rounding up 2 spots, but whatever.
Something like that.
Anyway, so check out the rest of our stuff. This has been Anthony.
Dom.
I'll let him talk now. I'll see you guys later.